Hey, what is going on, YouTube family? It is Sunday, January 30th, 2022, the last Sunday of January. And I hope everyone is doing well. I've got a few news reports I want to get into. We're going to talk about the push for more speeding cameras, and we're going to talk about where that's coming from and why that's going to happen or likely to happen, and some other economic financial news. But first, I know this is a weird place to begin. Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl. And this does have a financial connection, so stay with me here. I like to watch football. I like to play sports, just shoot baskets, try to work out as often as I can. I'm pretty busy. I don't do that as much as I should or would like to. But I was talking to a friend of mine, and he listens to the show here, and he's heard me kind of be critical about people that spend too much time and energy watching sports. Essentially, what I have equaled it to is people giving money to millionaires to throw a ball around. Okay, I don't spend money on watching sports. I guess you could say if you have a cable TV subscription, you are spending money to watch sports, even though you don't. If you just have cable TV, you're contributing to the networks that put sports out. But a friend of mine who's still really into his teams, he's posting on Facebook, his team's logos and shirts and stuff like that, decals and highlights. Basically said to me that the reason he loves sports so much is that's the only excitement that he gets. And he's talking about watching sports, not playing sports. It's the only excitement he gets because his life is so boring. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I can see why. But a lot of people, it's the same way. They go to work, they come home, it's the same routine. It's 9 to 5, and just our way of life kind of takes all of the excitement out of it. And people are looking for other ways to get excited. And one of those ways is people watch their favorite team and they see the players high fiving and hugging. And I was actually watching the Bengals today. The Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, which I think is pretty cool because they've only been to a couple Super Bowls in their entire history of the team. And what I've been critical about is people that spend hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars, even though they're living paycheck to paycheck, most people, but yet they'll spend all this money for entertainment, sports. But I've also said the same thing about amusement parks and taking vacations. But I've also gotten feedback on that. Even some of you down in comments have said, okay, life's stressful enough. We can't change the system. We're just going to go ahead and have fun while we're here, meaning while we're alive, while we're on this earth. And I can see that people just want to not talk about the negativity. They want to just have fun. They want to go ahead and just have fun, whether it means going in debt or not. And a lot of people are happy just living their entire life in debt because they get to live a better life by going in debt. So think about it. The more debt you run up, the more fun things you get to do, the more vacations you could take, the nicer cars you drive, the nicer home you can live in. And you can't take it with you when you're gone is kind of the way I think a lot of these people think. So you might as well just go ahead and run up debt and live the fullest life or have the funnest life that you can. Now, there's also a part of that where what if you didn't spend so much? Maybe you would have even more fun. Maybe you would have an earlier retirement, or maybe you wouldn't have to work so much. Maybe you could work part-time. All right. But that's tough also because the cost of living is just out of control, and people that were once retired, many of them have to go back to work. People that try to save money end up, missing out on their vacations and missing out on fun stuff. And a lot of them still end up in debt. So a lot of people just feel like it's a no-win situation. So you might as well have fun while you're here. Right, and I get that. I'm not here to cut down anyone. All I'm saying is, if you have a roof over your head, are you gonna be permanently in that situation, or are you gonna get so far in debt where something's gonna push you over the edge, and now you and maybe your family, maybe you have kids, are gonna be scrambling for a place to live, right? And I don't just want to look at the negative because there's also health benefits of doing fun things, laughing. I was big into comedy. Back when people bought CDs, I used to buy tons of comedy CDs. Now we can pretty much stream everything, but I used to go to comedy shows. I used to love going to concerts. There's nothing like being at a concert with an artist that you love and all the people around you also love the artist and you're all singing the song together. And it's kind of like that in sports. You're high-fiving. And I was watching highlights of the Bengals game, and you saw the fans. Some fans were crying. I mean, that's what people do. They love just jumping onto a common thing, and that way they have other people to kind of cheer along with them. But other people just have fun watching sports at home or just doing things at home, listening to music. I listen to a ton of music, right? So I'm not here to cut down people for doing those things. I do those things. All I'm saying is I'm very concerned the way people overconsume entertainment and spend so much money on entertainment. And when you see how much these athletes are making, do you really think these athletes, care about you at the end of the day? Are they going to be coming to help you pay your rent or pay your mortgage, or are they going to let you live with them if something happens where you can't make your house payment? That's the thing that I want people to focus on, and just not overconsume. Sure, have fun. For a while, I was hooked on Madden football, where back when I had roommates, we used to stay up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning with these Madden football tournaments. It would be like 5, 6 of us, sometimes more. And it was fun. And sometimes I would stay up so late playing video games, I would call into work the next day. I would not go to work. Back then I could do that. I didn't have so many obligations like I do now. I didn't have a family and stuff like that. So I get it. People just want to have fun and just live life and have fun. We can't really change the system, so why not just have fun? Why not just run up debt? All right, I totally get that. All I'm saying is try to have some balance, right? In case something really bad happens. What if you can't pay your rent? What if you lose your job? What if you have a medical expense that you can't pay, and then you have to take out a ton of debt, and now you can't pay your other bills? Your car breaks down, you can't afford to pay it. As long as the banks are loaning out money and you can continually swipe the credit card, things may not seem that risky, and it may not seem that risky going out and just spending that money that you don't need to spend, unnecessary spending. But what if something changes? What if the banks all of a sudden pull back on the lending? What if there's some other situation that comes up, like the banks go dark? Financial crisis 2.0, we've been talking about it here for a long time. It's been held off by massive amounts of money printing. Does it mean it's going to last forever? I don't think anybody really knows, and that's why I just say, to stress, urge people to use caution without trying to, be doom and gloom and fear and all this stuff, every episode. Okay, so enough about that. Entertainment spending, sports, etc. Happiness. Let's talk about this, what's going on with the cameras. And this headline's out of the Daily Mail. The speed camera nightmare that's coming to America. How the UK hated war on motorists costing $56 million a year in fines provides a chilling glimpse of what's in store under this new plan. Now, the implementation of these cameras is going to be something that's going to be looked at federally now, and states are going to be incentivized to put in speeding cameras. Right now, some states have them, some states don't. Backers and proponents of these cameras say it promotes more safety, and it'll make people be more careful at intersections or wherever the speeding cameras are. People that oppose them say it's an invasion. There's too many watching eyes, and it's going to be unfair to give people tickets over something that was caught on a camera. So I'm sure you'll see a lot of opinions, including opinions on that down in comments. But the bottom line is life will get more expensive the more you see these types of speeding cameras implemented. Now, here are the states that do have or do allow the cameras and some that don't. And it's a mix. We see the states in the green allow these cameras, and this is the ones that allow it. So the green allows it. The states in the red, including California, does not allow it per state law or city ordinance. And in some states, it's going to vary from city to city. I guess California doesn't do much right, but I guess that's right. We don't have the speeding cameras. But your view may be that these speeding cameras are good. It's going to catch more people speeding, and therefore it's going to be safer on the roads. But considering the financial state of most people, how much more can people take? How many more fines, citations, how many more fees can people pay? We see the registration fees go up, cost of insurance going up, pretty much everything going up. People on fixed incomes, retired people, they're going to feel the most difficult part of this. But on the other hand, a lot of retired people bought property and real estate back when prices were, affordable. So it's kind of a mix. You have some retired people that are doing pretty good because of that, and other times people have to come out of retirement, like we talked about earlier. But how many more citations or traffic violations can people handle before things get really out of control as far as their household budgets and financial situations? Now, I've said for a long time that there's going to be a straw that broke the camel's back moment. I'm looking at the second half of 2022. Of course, anything can happen. There could be a bunch of rescue programs, more eviction moratoriums, more foreclosure moratoriums. More rounds of stimulus checks can be sent out. They can cancel people's utilities, like we saw in some states here, starting in 2020 with the health crisis. All right, so just wanted to say hi and bring you that little bit of news today in my analysis on the entertainment thing, where people spend a lot of money on sports. I do watch sports. I've been to plenty of concerts in my life. I've spent money on music and movies. All I'm saying is try to have balance. But if that's the only way to have fun, maybe that's what you have to do. Now, it used to be that people were their own, I should say, warriors, right? So right now we watch these athletes and we're got our fists clenched and we're yelling. We're like, yeah. That used to be us as people. We used to be our own warriors of our household. We used to go out and hunt. We used to go out and fish and provide for our families. And that's how we, as providers, over many years, we used to be, but it's kind of declined over many years. Now we're more couch potatoes, remote control people, and instead of being our own warriors, our own hunters, we became just cheerleaders for other people, including the millionaires that throw the ball around. All right. So all I'm saying is have balance. Big love, people. Thanks for being here. Stay well. Be safe. Peace.